The question for today is America a God-fearing nation? My answer is no. And let me make difference between America and the United States. America is the country that we all reside in, which is composed of the 50 states. This is the original 50 states. This is what we call home. This is where we're supposed to have our sovereignty. But the United States is a corporation. It is a for-profit business. It has never existed as a country. It resides, the United States that is, it resides in the District of Columbia. And that's the separation. But getting back to my original question, is America a God-fearing nation? Now what we call America, again, is governed by the United States Corporation. I'll let that sink in, and you can do your own study, and you'll find it to be true. But this so-called country that we live in is based on capitalism, not on God. When we look at what we call money, the dollar bill and the coins, it bears an expression or statement, in God we trust. Are we talking about the creator of all things? No. In God we trust was placed on there by someone when they created our so-called monetary system here in this country. The God that they're talking about is money, wealth, and power. That's the God that they're talking about. Has nothing to do with the creator. Now, if you look at our present circumstances today, you will notice that we have war going on all over the world. The United States is engaged in a war right now as I'm speaking, and actually more than one. From the time that I was a child, we have been in war. Is that indicative of a country that is following God or God's doctrine or God's rules? Of course not. How is it that we can say that we are a believer in God as a nation, and that we can say also that we're a Christian nation, yet we don't follow God? Isn't one of the commandments, thou shalt not kill? Now, if you had to kill someone, it wouldn't be deliberate. It wouldn't be a preconceived notion. It wouldn't be something premeditated, something that you would plan and plot to do for gold, silver, or money, or land. You wouldn't do that. But the United States has been doing that for quite a long time, a few hundred years. So how can we say that we are a nation of God? Because we're really not. All of that's really fluff. I know a lot of you listening to this probably don't agree, but that's not all of you. Those of you that don't agree with what I'm saying, can you be intelligent enough to ask yourself why, and not be angry at the messengers per se? Can you do a little research and at least look it up on your own to find out all of the war campaigns that the United States has been engaged in since all or most of your lives even? We went to war against Iraq after 9/11 for no reason. The United States, around 2001, when the first attacks or so-called attacks on the Twin Towers occurred, the United States went over there and they killed innocent men, women, and children. We hear them talk about, hey, we lost about 6,000 U.S. troops during that campaign. We lost a little less than 4,000 in the Twin Towers. But how many people did the United States kill in Iraq, or during that whole campaign along with Afghanistan? Did you know it's well over 1 million? Can you see the contrast? So approximately 9,000 and some versus over 1 million people killed, and especially men, women, and children that were innocent, who had nothing to do with any kind of war whatsoever. And to beat all, George W. Bush went over there and he occupied another country under false pretenses. Weapons of mass destruction, never found any, but he went anyway. And then he said, he changed his plans, and he said that they're going to stop him because he was a dictator and that he was killing innocent men, women, and children over there in that region. That's laughable. Are we to say that Saddam Hussein was the only dictator during that time? There were dictators in Africa. The United States never went there. There's a dictator in China. The United States never went there and attacked them. To this present, and even prior to, Kim Jong-un in North Korea is a dictator. The United States has never attacked them. But why Iraq? The United States wanted something from Iraq, and it was something to gain in Iraq. That's why they went there. But what you say again, we're one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. For real, we are not a God-fearing nation. There are people that are on this planet that are the people of God. That is what saves this planet right now. There are people that belong to God, that serve God. All across this planet there are people that serve God and who pray and worship God, the Creator, diligently, day and night. And they are of all color, races, and creeds. Legitimately serve God. But the nation, or the place we call our country, the United States of America, it doesn't fear God. If it were not for the people in America that prayed for America and continue to pray for America and continue to keep everyone that is being oppressed, everyone that's being abused, and everyone that is sick, ill, destitute, hungry, whatever the case is, not only in America but across the planet, those are the real heroes in America. Those are the real saints of God. If it were not for them, there would be no America. So, getting back to the original question, is America a God-fearing nation? The powers that control America don't know God at all. But there are many citizens of this great nation that we call America that do know God. And they are the glue and have been the glue. Despite all of the war all over the world that's been conducted by this country, despite all of that, they are the glue that holds this country together at this present time. And if it were not for them, we as a country would have already fallen. That's it. And that's all. And that's the truth. Brother Teacher out.